You have thrown out the butter and the red meat, and you cook with vegetable oil every day to be heart healthy. But what if I told you that that healthy oil is the real culprit that is silently blocking your arteries? Today we are going to expose the great oil deception, and we are going to reveal the 3 smart swaps that can help to save your heart. Welcome back to Healthier Daily, the channel where we give you the simple science-backed truths to live a stronger and more independent life after 60. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Carter, and to be our guide in this important expose, we are joined by a physician who has spent his life teaching the wisdom of looking beyond the marketing labels to find the true health of our food. It is our great honor to welcome Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
Thank you for having me, Ben. This is a very important topic for our modern world, and the best way to understand this great deception is with a story. The source text for our video today tells the powerful story of a woman whom we will call Eleanor. On paper, she was the perfect patient. She avoided all of the bad fats that she had been warned about for years. She walked every morning, but her arteries were still becoming hard and clogged with plaque. The great danger for her was not in the fats that she had avoided, but in the ones that she thought were safe.
That is a powerful and a very frightening story, and I know that so many of our viewers at home can relate to it, and that is exactly what our guide is all about today. In this detailed guide, Dr. Hinohara is going to walk us through 3 very practical and very important smart swaps to help you to replace the dangerous and inflammatory oils in your kitchen with the ones that are truly healing for your arteries. It is a true blessing to have the knowledge and the wisdom to be able to see the truth so that we can make the right and the healthy choices for our bodies. If you are ready to learn the truth about the cooking oils that are in your pantry and how to protect your heart, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free, and this is a conversation that could truly save your life. Okay, doctor, let's begin our expose of this great oil deception. What is the first and the most common dangerous oil that is hiding in plain sight in almost every single American kitchen?
Yes, our first deception is the one that is the most common and the most widely accepted. It is the large clear plastic jug of refined vegetable oil. This is usually a blend of soybean oil, corn oil, cottonseed oil, and other industrial seed oils. These oils became very popular because they are very cheap to produce and they have a very neutral flavor. I had a patient, a very health-conscious man. He would make a beautiful and a very healthy vegetable stir-fry for himself every single night, but he was cooking it in this generic vegetable oil at a very high heat, thinking he was making a heart-healthy choice. He could not understand why his inflammation markers, his CRP, were so high. The oil was the hidden enemy on his plate.
That is a perfect story. And the science of why these industrial seed oils are so dangerous is very clear. There are 2 main and very serious problems with them. First is the problem of an extreme omega-6 imbalance. As we have discussed in previous videos, these industrial seed oils are incredibly high in the pro-inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids. The modern American diet now has a ratio of omega-6 to the anti-inflammatory omega-3 fats that is as high as 20-1, when for our health it should be closer to 2-1. This extreme imbalance is like constantly and unknowingly pouring gasoline on the silent fire of chronic inflammation that is burning inside your body. And the second problem happens when you cook with these oils, just as your patient was doing. The polyunsaturated fats that are in these oils are very unstable and very fragile. When you expose them to the high heat of a frying pan or a wok, they oxidize very easily. This chemical process creates a storm of dangerous free radicals and other toxic compounds called aldehydes that directly damage the delicate inner lining of your arteries and contribute to that dangerous plaque buildup.
So they are inflammatory on their own, and they become even more toxic when we cook with them. It is a terrible combination. So, doctor, what is the healing swap? What is the smart and the safe choice for our everyday cooking oil?
The smart and the healing swap is to use the beautiful traditional oils that are naturally stable and are naturally anti-inflammatory. For your everyday low to medium heat cooking and for all of your salad dressings, the perfect and most healing choice is a high-quality extra virgin olive oil. As we discussed in our recent video on the nightly olive oil ritual, a true extra virgin olive oil is rich in very stable monounsaturated fats that do not oxidize easily when they are heated gently. And of course, it is also absolutely packed with those powerfully anti-inflammatory polyphenols like oleocanthal that help to heal your arteries from the inside.
But what about for cooking at a higher heat, doctor?
For higher heat cooking like a stir fry, the best and safest choice is a good avocado oil. And that is because avocado oil also has a very high content of those stable monounsaturated fats, but it has a much higher smoke point than olive oil. This makes it a very safe and a very stable choice for when you need a little more heat in your pan. It is a beautiful and a blessed reminder that the simple traditional oils that come directly from a whole fruit are always a wiser choice than the ones that are created in a factory. So our first smart swap is a very critical one for our daily cooking. We must swap the inflammatory and unstable refined vegetable oils for the beautiful and stable extra virgin olive oil and avocado oil. Now, doctor, let's talk about the second great deception in our modern diet. This is the one that sits in so many refrigerators across America, often disguised as a heart-healthy choice.
Yes, our second great deception is the tub of margarine or the block of vegetable shortening. These products were once praised by doctors and by health organizations as the modern and the healthy alternative to traditional fats like butter. The source text for our video today shares a very wise historical perspective. When margarine first arrived in Japan after the war, it was seen as a wonderful sign of progress. But then over the next few decades, the doctors in Japan began to see a silent and a very steady increase in heart attacks and in strokes, even in people who thought that they were making a very healthy choice for their heart. And this was one of the key culprits in our patient Eleanor's story. She had given up butter many, many years ago because she was afraid of the saturated fat. And every single morning, she would have a thick layer of a heart-healthy margarine spread on her toast.
And in doing so, she was unknowingly consuming one of the most dangerous man-made substances in our entire food supply. Let's look at the science of these factory fats so our viewers can truly understand the danger. As we have discussed in a previous video, margarine and shortening are made through that industrial process that is called hydrogenation, which is what creates the very dangerous trans fats. And as we have learned, these unnatural trans fats are a double whammy for our arteries. First, they dramatically raise our bad oxidized LDL cholesterol, and second, at the very same time, they actually lower our good protective HDL cholesterol. So they are increasing the bad guys, and they are getting rid of the good guys at the same time. And what is so very deceptive is the marketing of these products. The source text for our video highlights a very important and a very tricky point. A product can be legally labeled in the United States as having 0 grams of trans fat as long as it has less than 0.5 grams per serving. But if you are eating multiple servings of that one product, or you are eating multiple different products throughout the day that contain these hidden fats, those small amounts can add up very, very quickly to a very dangerous dose.
So it is a true deception that is right there on the label. So, doctor, what is the healing swap? What should our viewers be spreading on their toast in the morning instead of this dangerous industrial margarine?
The smart and the healing swap is to return to the simple and the beautiful natural whole food spreads. You can use a creamy mashed avocado, or you can use a delicious natural almond butter or peanut butter, and even a very small and mindful amount of a high-quality butter that comes from grass-fed cows is a much, much better and a much healthier choice for your body than the industrial margarine. These are all wonderful swaps. The avocado provides those beautiful and stable monounsaturated fats, along with fiber and potassium. The nut butters provide healthy protein and important minerals. And the grass-fed butter is a completely natural fat, and it is a good source of the important fat-soluble vitamins, like vitamin K2, which, as we now know, is so very important for helping to keep calcium out of our arteries and putting it into our bones. All of these are real whole foods that your body knows how to recognize and to use. It is another blessed and a very powerful reminder that the foods that come directly from the earth and from healthy animals are always a wiser choice for our health than the ones that are invented in a factory. This is such powerful and specific information, Doctor. We love sharing it with our global community. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. We love hearing from all of you.
So, our first two smart swaps are very powerful. We are swapping our inflammatory cooking oils and our dangerous man-made margarines for beautiful natural whole food fats. Now, we come to our third and final deception, and this is the most silent of them all. This is the danger of the oil that you do not even know that you are eating. It is the problem of canola oil and the other hidden oil blends that are in so many of our packaged and processed foods.
This is such an important point for our viewers to understand. Let's start with canola oil. While it is possible to find a true cold-pressed canola oil that is healthy, the vast majority of the canola oil that is sold in our supermarkets and that is used in our food products is highly refined, bleached, and deodorized. This is a harsh industrial process that destroys most of its beneficial nutrients and can create harmful oxidized compounds. And these cheap refined oils, the canola, the soy, the corn oil, are hidden in everything. They are in our crackers, our store-bought salad dressings, our hummus, our granola bars, and even in many of the healthy frozen meals. You may not be cooking with them in your own frying pan, but you are very likely still eating them every single day.
So, how do we protect ourselves from these hidden and inflammatory oils? Doctor, what is the healing swap?
There are two important parts to this healing swap. The first is that you must become a detective in the grocery store. You must begin to read every single label. If the ingredient list says canola oil, or just the vague term vegetable oil, it is a wise choice to put that product back on the shelf. The second part of the swap is to make your own simple versions at home. For example, instead of buying a store-bought salad dressing, which is almost always made with these cheap and inflammatory oils, you can make a beautiful and a very healthy one in just 1 minute. You simply mix a high-quality extra virgin olive oil with a little bit of vinegar and some herbs. Or for a beautiful and traditional Japanese flavor, you can use a few drops of a rich toasted sesame oil. Now, Doctor, beyond all of these cooking oils and the spreads that we have talked about there, is one final oil that is so powerful it acts as a true medicine for our arteries.
Yes, the final and the most powerful healing oil of all is the omega-3 fish oils.
And these are the most powerfully anti-inflammatory fats that we know of. The two special omega-3s, DHA and EPA, that are found in fatty fish, like wild salmon and sardines, work directly in your body to lower inflammation, to reduce your triglycerides, and to help make your blood platelets less sticky, which is so very important for preventing those dangerous blood clots. And Doctor, let's go back one final time to our patient Eleanor, the woman who was doing everything right, but was still in trouble. What was the final result for her?
This was the beautiful conclusion to her healing story. By making these 3 simple smart swaps in her own kitchen, by changing her cooking oil, by getting rid of her margarine, and by starting to read the labels on her packaged foods, and by also adding a good source of the powerful omega-3s to her diet from eating more fish, Eleanor's next checkup showed a significant and a very wonderful reduction in her inflammatory markers and a great improvement in her cholesterol panel. Her doctor was absolutely amazed. She did not have to go on a radical new diet. She simply had to change her oils.
That is a truly beautiful and an inspiring story. It is a powerful reminder of how these simple, blessed, and mindful choices can create such profound and lasting healing in our bodies. Doctor, this has been an incredible and a very important expose. You have pulled back the curtain on the great oil deception, and you have given our viewers 3 powerful and very practical smart swaps to help them protect their precious arteries. We have learned how to swap our industrial cooking oils, our dangerous margarines, and all of those hidden processed oils for simple homemade alternatives. This is a truly revolutionary way to think about senior health. By making these simple swaps in their own kitchen, our viewers can now begin to reduce the chronic inflammation that damages their arteries and leads to that dangerous plaque buildup. This powerful knowledge is a true cornerstone of a proactive senior health strategy, one that is so often and so tragically misunderstood. It is a practical daily way to invest in your long-term heart health and to keep your arteries clean and flexible for all the years to come. Now, Doctor, this has been an incredible expose. To make this very actionable for our viewers, can you please summarize our smart swaps into a simple 3-step protocol that our viewers can start today?
Of course. This is your simple artery healing protocol. Step 1. You must audit your cooking oils. You will go to your pantry. You will remove the large clear plastic jugs of vegetable oil, corn oil, and soybean oil. You will replace them with a beautiful dark glass bottle of extra virgin olive oil for all of your low-heat cooking and your salad dressings, and you will get a bottle of a high-quality avocado oil for any higher heat cooking that you may need to do. Step 2. You must audit your spreads. You will go to your refrigerator. You will remove the tubs of margarine and the blocks of shortening. You will replace them with beautiful, natural, whole food spreads like a creamy mashed avocado on your toast or a pure and delicious almond butter. And step 3, and this is a new and a very important habit. You must become a label detective. When you are in the grocery store, you must turn over every box and every bag. If you see the words partially hydrogenated oil or soybean oil or canola oil on the ingredient list, you will gently put that product back on the shelf. This is how you reclaim your power from the food companies.
That is a perfect and a very clear protocol. Now, beyond just healing our arteries, what are some of the other wonderful ripple effects that our viewers might see in their health when they make these smart swaps?
The benefits will ripple out into your entire body. First, you will notice an improvement in your brain health. Your brain is over 60% fat. When you stop giving it the inflammatory, unstable oils and you start giving it the clean, stable, and healing fats, your mind becomes clearer. The brain fog begins to lift. Second, you will notice calmer joints. The very same inflammation that damages your arteries is the inflammation that causes pain and stiffness in your joints. When you remove the inflammatory oils from your diet, you will very often find that your daily joint pain also begins to improve. And third, you will have more stable energy. These beautiful, healthy fats provide a very clean and a very stable source of energy for your body. This helps to prevent those blood sugar spikes and crashes that can leave you feeling so tired, especially in the afternoon.
That is a beautiful summary of the holistic benefits.
I want to leave you with this one final thought. Fat is not the enemy. The wrong kind of fat is the enemy. Your heart is not a machine. It is a memory. And every single drop of oil that you eat becomes a part of that memory. I encourage you to feed it with great care and with great wisdom.
That is a beautiful message, Doctor. Our heart is a memory. It's a wonderful reminder to be good stewards of our health by being mindful of the blessed natural foods that heal and the man-made ones that can cause harm. And of course, it is absolutely essential that you speak with your personal doctor or a registered dietitian before making any significant changes to your diet, especially if you have any existing health conditions like high cholesterol or heart disease. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes. If you found this guide empowering and it changed the way that you look at the oils in your kitchen, please give this video a like so that others can find this vital information. And be sure to share it with a friend or a family member. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free, and it ensures you will not miss our next practical health guide. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know, what is the one inflammatory oil that you are going to swap out of your kitchen this week? Please share your first step in the comments below. Thank you for being with us. Be well.